as feminine leaders, hello. Feminine, powerful leaders who are ready for the full responsibility of their erotic primal selves, refinement, maturity of their primal selves. Hello. I'm joyful to be here, grateful, very much so. This work of responsibility of a woman's power. Hello? This work of a woman taking responsibility of her full erotic primal power and the connection she needs to do that. The rare connection, because most women have nobody in their lives who can be with them in their messy unfolding, the exploring the dark, hidden aspects of themselves that make them do things and they don't know why they do these things. We need skilled, these are skills, people, skilled, mature, I repeat, skilled, mature, ego-defying, big-hearted individuals who have been refined in the battlefield of real life, deliberately doing hard things to know the deep, repressed aspects of themselves where their full power lives. Who's ready for that responsibility, that adventure, that ride of your life? My name is Naima. Hello. Founder of the Academy for Womanhood. Our focus is helping feminine leaders, front-facing women who are passionate and wild and full, the black sheep devils of the family, the black cats of the family. Again, the devils, the demons of the family, the Liliths of the family, the special ones, the ones whose mama didn't know how to deal with you when you was 5, Your mama told you raising you was like trying to wrangle an angel. We gonna get into it or what? I want to tell you right now, this is exceptionalism. This is a big old passionate heart over here. This is dark black mother over here. That's what this is. Let me lay this down before we get into the topic today. I want to host an event in Brooklyn in August. Who gonna help me? I want to host an event for women like us in Houston in May. Who gonna help? We're having our 8-day Women in Italy, July 7th through the 15th this year. Who's going to help? I'm calling in team. So get used to this face if it is in your heart, if it's been in your heart since birth. If you were born a black sheep, if you were not a trauma response, if you were different at 2, if you were different at 1, you were different as a teenager, not different due to a trauma response. The way everybody is like, who gonna do something about the collapse of the U.S.? Who gonna do something? Because so many people just been expecting other people to tell them what to do, how to live their lives. The onus has always been on us individually. My name is Naima. Get used to this face. And I want people to get used to your face too if you're gonna be on my team. If you're ready to refine your hurt heart. You hurt-hearted? Yes or no? You angry? Yes? You've been hiding for so long now you sick? Your body in pain? Yes or no? You having these like bouts of reaction because you pissed off that you done played small for so long. You thought you could go hide behind a man and you realize, well, God fucking damn. You kept hoping something else would break through somewhere so you didn't have to step into the responsibility of your power. Yes or no? And now the shit done hit the goddamn fan. Yes or no? You paralyzed, you sick, your body in pain. What, you just found out you got cancer? What you got now? You got some kind of, some other kind of illness of some sort? Because you've been pushing the power down for so long? You distorted because you try. It's difficult to be tender and free and true and front face. It's difficult to be a woman. It's difficult to submit yourself to the high call on your life as a woman. Yes or no? I'm the founder of the Academy for Womanhood. We help women grow up with a distinct emphasis on feminine leaders who are called to be submissive, front-facing women. What do I mean when I say submissive? First of all, we speak in the feminine over here. We're so used to hearing men talk about submission, and we know what so many of them mean when they say submission, so we have these aggressive submission, bitch. I'm not talking about the masculine's version of submission, which extracts from the woman on his behalf without high regard for the needs and the vision and the power of that woman. The very essence that he wants to pull from and reduce it to mere cooking and cleaning and busting that thing open and being a listening ear, versus what comes out of the woman when she's full, when she's plump, when she's aroused, when her angry, hurting heart is purified, when she engages in the high level work of purification. Because purification is dirty work, babes. It's dirty work. See? And if you are like me and like so many melanin dominant women at large, and I also talk very distinctly to the experience of melanin dominant women who were born devils, who were born black sheep, the witches and the weird ones of the family, You recognize that you've been lied to your whole life. Everybody has been lied to. The whole shit is a lie. The whole shit has been a bamboozling. And you wake up and the rage that can take over a system. And when you're around a bunch of people who still want to agree to the system, what do you do with this massive heart, this big power that you are? What do you do with yourself? That's what we do over here. There's the skill, there's the care, there's the submission to your high self. It is work, people. It's work. It's work. It's work. The truth is, you learn. Nicole calls it player. You're a player. You know exactly what you're doing. The whole operating under the radar, it's deliberate in how you move. Listen, I really want to talk to those of you. I'm going to be here quite a bit, so some announcements are coming. I really want to talk to those of you who are called to be front-facing. Who here is called to be front-facing? YouTube, TED Talks, speaking on stages around the world, hosting retreats around the world, consistent with your content creation on anywhere on social media, LinkedIn. Who here? Who? Light Being Wellness. Hello. You? Who else? Who here is called to lead? And you know that you need the skill, that you need to engage in the practice work. Shadow gold. Shadow gold. You know that you need to get into the work of purifying your hurt heart. You know you need to be in healthy relationship with the wild thing that you are, where you stop judging yourself, stopping yourself, making yourself bad and wrong, no longer internalizing what the world projects onto hyper intelligent women. When I say hyper intelligent, I mean a woman who's in her erotic state. A woman who's in her erotic state is hyper intelligent, far beyond what a PhD could ever do. For those of you who are degreed, you know what I'm talking about. Purification of your hurt heart, cultivation of your wild, primal self, and restoring this sour, negative, scarce mind. Yes or no? Yes or no? So first of all, I created a tool. Shadow gold. Please listen. You need to submit yourself to what I'm doing here. If you're going to be on my team, if you're going to work with me, you need to submit yourself to what I'm doing. Why? I have cultivated in a way where everything I do is going to be in service to everybody who's in my circumference. You, on the other hand, have a lot of work to do so you connect with your inherent wealth. If you don't know what that means, you will find out in process. If you're in resistance to that, maybe you should stay over there. Stay over there. Everything I do, I am dark black mother. Listen, I've been around. And I mean that in more ways than my words are articulating. What I do is in service to everybody in my circumference. When you're not connected to your inherent wealth, you operate from scarce, cunning, unconscious ways. That's what you do. When you're not connected to your inherent wealth. This is why you hide behind men. This is why you become grabby, scared, because you're not connected to your inherent wealth as a woman. Okay? I am. When you do this work that you will begin to do inside of Shadow Gold and you truly submit yourself, yes, it's scary. Yes, it's difficult. Yes, it's all the worst things you could think and articulate. And it's the adventure of your life. And for those of you who are like, I want to know who I am, you will know who you really are. For those of you who are like, I want my power, I'm tired of hiding, you will know your power and you will stop hiding. It's all of that. Now, the world does not know melanin dominant women in their heart, power, and right mind. They think we're forceful. They think it's fake. They don't know. They don't fucking know. They don't fucking know. That's why you need more of us. More of us melanin dominant women doing this work that I'm talking about. Because we need to teach the world what the fuck it looks like. Stop being mad at everybody else. Get your ass doing this work of breaking your ass down. You want to be broken. You want to subdue yourself. So you splay yourself open to your high self. Lay your ass down. Submit yourself. Break yourself. Open to the fullness that you are. Stop crying in people's comments. Wait for somebody to save you. Do the work that you are instructed to do. That you've been instructed to do. That you've been avoiding. All of this wearing suits and somehow that shows that you're a leader because you put on a suit like Kamala. That's not what makes you a leader. because you know how to get behind the podium and stand there and this masculine leadership way and talk about. Are you a woman? Is your pussy wet or not? Are you delighted about your body or not? Are you alive or not? Do you like yourself or not? Do you wonder, like Zora Neale Hurston, how perplexed that anybody cannot want to be in her environment? Are you a woman or not? Are you an erotic feminine leader or not? Are you connected to your inherent wealth or not? This is submissive work. All of these loud talking folks, all of this surface level shit that all of these women on the internet is talking about, go do it then. Go get your face beat, your hair done, go get all of the facial, go get it all done, and then what? Then do a bunch of videos about how much you a bad bitch, then what? Then what? Then what? For those of y'all who've been on that external bad bitch hype for a while, that shit dry up after a while. I mean, it's nice. Don't get me wrong. I mean, baby, listen, I love to get it together too, but what game are we playing here? What are you after? So shadow gold. Those of you who are called to be front facing, TED Talks, really serving, even serving men, and not in this way that, again, over here we speak the language of the feminine. You teach men through your way of being. When you are full, you naturally serve. When you are full, you naturally serve everybody around you. The men, the women, the children, everybody. The old people, the young people, everybody. The mean people, the wicked people, the generous people, the loving people. When you are full, you serve everybody around you. So get used to my face. If you're going to be on my team, people are going to get used to your face. We are the responsible ones. Listen, I don't care. Listen, I don't care what the dominant conversations are about what masculine and feminine is. We can look around and see how much is not working. It's just, I don't care the small lot, their lies. How do we be an actual family where it's whole, where it's honest, where it's pure, where it's clean, where primal energy, refined and open-hearted thrives? Do not talk to me about no nuclear family where the woman has to be a repressed version that the man sucks off of to come out here and act like he's a man. Melanin dominant women, we need your power, okay? We need you to show up true and real and show what a family can be. Men and women can be in family purely, not the way the man is telling us to do it. They're off. They're off. They're off. They're off. And these are multiple fractions as part of the whole. You are it. Okay? Now, shadow gold. First of all, everybody here who's expecting to be front facing, maybe you already are front facing, you're ready to be bigger, meaning you're ready to serve more, meaning you're ready to be more full, more true, more honest, more loving, more submissive, more expansive, more wild, refined, on purpose for what it is that you're here to do. You need to look at shadow gold right now. We need to get you into shadow gold. Why? One, because it's going to help you with this foundational work, but also when you buy shadow gold, you also get access to the woman community. That's where you get the support, the love. We meet once a month and we do so much more in there. Okay? This is why. So my focus, particularly in my private work, is with very accomplished women. Okay? Very accomplished, financially accomplished women who are sincere about their leadership in the world. So they're very active online, LinkedIn and other places, and they want to work with somebody who's skilled, like at a heart level, skilled at a emotional level. So many women are just really angry, 45 years old, and there's nothing wrong with the anger. So it's not like you're immature because you're angry. It's just unrefined. It hasn't been worked through. So the anger is dragging them around. They're not really on their dime with doing the thing that their high self would actually have them do, but their heart and soul would have them do. Their anger is acting itself out. So they're not able to have what they most want, which what everybody wants is pure connection. Yes or no? Do y'all want connection or no? No? Yes, no? Answer me in the comments. Y'all want connection, right? In a multitude of ways. Some of y'all want to be dick down good. Some of y'all want to be seen, heard. You know, you want to be hugged good. You want to laugh with somebody. You want to have a good meal. You want to travel with somebody. All of this is connection. This is what everybody wants. But when you angry and your angry is having you spout all over the damn place, you don't get what you most want. So, this topic right here. So there's no questions, huh? No questions? Why are y'all here? I want some questions. We need questions around here. We need questions around here. This is why I like being inside of environments where people pay. They show up different. I'm also here to let me answer some of the questions that I've been getting in my DM. So one woman messaged me about, and I'm gonna focus on this in a different kind of way in a moment. Another woman asked me about sharing her gifts. Okay, sharing her gifts, and she used the words divine feminine, really accessing divine feminine energy is really your fullest expression, and it's who you are at your most refined state. When I said earlier about you submitting yourself to yourself, now what this looks like is everything that you avoid, confrontational conversations, saying what you mean, making decisions that you avoid the decisions because you're avoiding the responsibility of the decisions. All of those things is what keeps you out of your divine feminine power. When you avoid making decisions because I don't want that, well, then you're not going to access your divine self. You do things that keep you hiding and playing small, you're not going to access your divine self. You are locked behind shame and anger and fear and all the lower, you're not going to access, right? And you're a divine being, period. Whether you're loaded with shame or you're a bright, shining light, you're divine, period. But what so many of you want is you want to be able to produce wonderful, delightful, lovely, generous experiences. Yes or no? Whether that experience is travel, loving, creating beautiful tea parties and events, and a body you love. You want these lovely, wonderful things, but you want to have the divine, the elevated divine aspects of them. But so much of your anger and shame is in the way. You're by yourself, you're inhaling TikTok all day, you allow yourself to get distracted. And this is at all levels. The PhD women who have lucrative careers hosting 5-figure retreats around the world are doing the same thing as the broke girls who can't afford to get their hair done. Like allowing the distractions to run your life. Okay. And I'm not saying, look, I've been guilty of it too. And every single time is an opportunity to tighten my shit. Okay. Cut. And then looking at what's happening where this can even grab my attention and hold it. What's happening in me where this can grab, what am I avoiding? When I give my attention to it, it has so much gravitational pull powerfully that actually I want. But that power is so foreign to me, and you're in your own little living room by yourself working with this power. You can't. The anchoring inside your system hasn't been developed. So to answer the question about the woman who was like, how do I access my divine feminine self? You do all the things that you're avoiding doing now. Very difficult decisions. You know, fill in the blank, and you already know what they are. If I were to get on the phone with you and ask you, what do you know you need to do that you've been avoiding doing? What have you been saying, all the things. I don't have time. I know I should, but, or if I say that, I'm going to lose her or him. And part of what you are afraid of is losing the thing you're going to lose. So the thing that you would lose is more important than the elevated state that you're looking to get to. Ooh, yeah, I better start telling the truth. This is a part of also being disconnected from your inherent wealth. So that's the answer to the question that I got about how do I access more of my divine feminine energy so I can share my gifts and be more of who I really am in the world. In the interest of time and my energy, let's focus on this. This is a message I just got either earlier today or yesterday. And this is a very common expression, okay? I have experienced this, and so many women have experienced this who are giant beings, okay? What do I mean by giant beings? There's a lot of nuance in here, but in the interest of this conversation, I'll just say you've always felt like a giant, okay? People call you too much. You're scared of your own power. You're scared of what you're capable of. You can feel the weight of what you would do if you were seated fully in your power. You can feel the weight of it. And because we live in a society that it doesn't know what to do with a woman in her power. It just doesn't. Because everybody walks around with this idea that women are these inherently small creatures that are here to just serve the men. And I mean in the masculine, scarce way of service. In the feminine's way of service, everybody gets fed. In the masculine way of service, he takes her, it's like a hostage situation. He takes her to himself, and that's it. And then he takes from her, and her job is to be in service to him only, and she's to cut off her love and expression anywhere else. That's the masculine's idea of love, expression, service of the woman. This whole idea of the woman is the helpmate to just you, right? The woman is in service to just you. I'm gonna tell you now, a woman who's abundante, truly abundant. Oh my God. Yes or no? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Y'all know what I'm talking about? So, the walking around with the idea of what a woman is supposed to be and a man is supposed to be, and this is how we do family. Underneath it, and all the lies and story making underneath it in order to prop that idea of what we're supposed to be, right, is what keeps everybody dissatisfied. And then we want to build society and structure on top of it. We want to build a medical system, relationships, social structures on top of all these lies about what the man and the woman is. And we wonder why everybody's sick all over the damn place. Everything is sick. Just everything is sick. Everything is so sick. And then we want to scapegoat it off onto demonic forces. We are the demonic force. The woman allowing the shit to happen in order to get food and housing from the man. And because she's scared to live. That's one version. Or all the other disempowered women in the decenter men movement. The 4B, they so fucking angry at the patriarchy. Well, sweetheart, what have you been doing? What are you doing? What have you been doing? What kind of woman have you been modeling? You need to understand, men come to feed. That's it. They come to feed. They come to feed. You over here thinking he's supposed to tell you how to be a woman. He knows what you are in your whole state. Most men, males, whatever you want to call them, have never been in a relationship with a woman. Just think about you in your woman state. The whole you're too much, the part of you that you even fear in yourself. And imagine her actualized. How many men have seen that walking around the world in mass? Very few. This is why They think, so many of them, that they're just bigger, better, smarter leaders. Just come out the pussy a leader. Just, yeah, this is what they are, who they are. This is just the way it is. This is the way it's always been. Yeah, because you and your mama and her 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 mama played these roles training the males. And so now the men fighting like hell for their life. Because now here your ass is 25 and older, making your own money, and wait a minute, hold on, damn it. Where do I fit here? If you're no longer playing small to accommodate me being able to feed off of you and prop myself up as the man, you are out of divine order. Come on. Are we going to tell the truth? So you want to be mad? Be mad at yourself enough to do things differently, to refine and purify the anger that is caked around your giant heart, that has you mad at everybody, starting with yourself, mad at society. We have good reason to be mad, and just being mad, and it ain't getting us nowhere. It ain't getting us nowhere. What is sacred rage, Yale? What is that? This is next level. So let me get into further. Let's go further, okay? When holding your power back now makes you sick, who here is either at this state or is familiar with this state? You're now in pain. You've been holding back for so long. You're exhausted, sick and tired. So let me ask you, lady, yes, hello, Catherine, yeah. Let me ask you, not what you think. I'm going to ask you, even if you feel like it's outrageous or scary or not realistic or whatever, in your quietest of quiet, in which you know that you know that you know, what are you to do to bring forth the being, that the fullness, the truth of who you are, so that you can have, do, or be what you know you are meant to have, do, or be in the world? What do you know is required of you? I want to hear it in the comments. For those of you who are sick now, you're in pain now, you're exhausted now from holding your power back, what do you know that you know that you know specifically? Don't give me some generic answer. What specifically do you know you need to do now? Put it in the comments, please. Keep promises. That's right. When you break your word to yourself, you weaken your will, your confidence erodes, you lose respect for yourself. That's what happens to you when you don't keep your word to yourself. I repeat, when you don't keep your word to yourself, you lose respect for yourself. So that makes you more susceptible to men who come to take from you and give you nothing. When you lose respect for yourself, that's when men can come and take from you and you let them drain you. When you lose respect for yourself, that's how you end up with narcissistic men. When you lose respect for yourself by not keeping your word to yourself, this is how you start to not like yourself. When you do not keep your word to yourself, you drain your confidence, you lower your confidence. A couple things that you're going to need, okay? Now, some of you are not done with the struggle of keeping yourself back and repressed. So what do I mean by this? So in 2019, and a good portion of 2018, well, all of 2018 and a good portion of 2019, I ran and hid from my power, okay? And by this time, I had seen particularly what was required of melanin dominant women, okay? For any, I imagine there's a number of so there's melanin dominant women, women of color, and then white women. This is how I categorize women. Melanin dominant women, women of color, and then white women, okay? There's a particular deep vitriol for melanin dominant women in power. That's very distinct to melanin dominant women. I'm not going to get to explaining this to women of color and white women. Think how you think, move how you move, okay? There's a particular vitriol and hate for the power of melanin dominant women, okay? The birthers of humanity, okay? We even have it toward ourselves in many ways, okay? And we've also internalized a lot of what is in the deep minds of the masses of humanity. So this is a very distinct, this is why I constantly speak to melanin dominant women, while all women will benefit from what we're doing. Because when you're operating from a bottom, and when I say bottom, I mean the deep underbelly of society. I mean the unconscious mind. I mean primordial essence. You're talking about the original, okay? And there's been such great effort over millennia to disconnect everybody from that power. Disconnect everybody. It's to the point now where even so many black men are in agreement with being disconnected from the power that is woman. It's astounding. And this is part of what makes this so extremely difficult, because while we want to be in high power relationship with melanin dominant men, melanin dominant women, so many melanin dominant men have absorbed the same deep vitriol that the masses hold against mother. So when they come into sight with a melanin dominant women, then they too are dealing with that. I don't care about, slavery and just all this stuff that we point to talk about our problems. In 2025, with what we know, those of us who are of true power and are born of this, we're the genetics of this, we're the essence, we're born of this, we should absolutely be in family together. There should be nothing keeping us away from each other. It is absolutely ludicrous. It's bankrupt. It's absolutely spiritually bankrupt that we are not in each other's lives as a global family. It's ridiculous that we are not working together. I'm not talking about this scarce nuclear family, the most scarce construct. You mean to tell me I'm meant to be with one man and love one man? What? You mean to tell me he is meant to love one woman? Is that what you mean to tell me? As cosmic, vast, primordial beings operating inside of this meat suit, I'm meant to love one man and you're meant to love one woman, and our family is a man and a woman and these kids in a house. That's what you're going to tell me? You cannot talk to me about true full power that's in true sincere service to the collective, and in the same conversation tell me that our job is to keep the family together, the man, the woman, and the child. Boy, if you don't sit your nigga ass down, you come to me with cosmic conversation. You come to me with vast primordial beings who are of the utmost. You stop. There is no reason why we are not locked arms, globally, locked hearts together, globally. Hold on one second. Let me fix this. Globally, doing the work to restore. And when we are in our right, as I say, refined heart, full power, right mind, we can do this very strategically. All these thoughts about, the enemy, opposition, we can do all this very strategically. First of all, if we operate from joy, that's one hell of a way to be under the radar. I can tell you right there. Okay? Start from joy, baby. Listen, but motherfuckers don't want it. They want to come. The men just want to, for any men who listen or who may listen to this, you are of power. You're deliberately working to cultivate your power. Do you want the women in your circumference to be in full power? Do you want them to be in the full power that I am, that you see in me? Do you want the women in your life like this? Or are they only meant to do what you want them to do? Are they only meant to cook and clean? So you don't want vast beings in your circumference. You want people smaller than you in your circumference. You want, cooks and cleaners and free labor, however you look at it. Oh, my wife, however, that's what you want. If you are the powerful, we got to be honest about this, because even in the conversations I'm having with women, the melanin dominant men that they know who are in power, all they want to do is extract from women, dominate, control women. They don't want women powerful. They don't want vast beings around them. They're not really caring about the collective. It's very selfish. So it's just like, folks can talk all they want, but we looking at the women in your life. At least I am. We looking at the women in your life. Is that woman a vast being? Because what I see, and this is just what's seen. There's plenty that's not seen. What I see, there's the younger ones. When I say younger, I mean like 35 and younger, who are much more open. And unfortunately, so many of them are getting poisoned by you know what, but they're much more open to actually knowing what a woman is. And also because they're at the same age group as these younger women who are of a different essence or different confidence and awareness, right? Raised on the internet. And then there's, the ones who don't know and they're getting to know. And then there's the older ones. And it's like, gosh, when you get serious about power, and which is love, ultimately. I mean, when we talk about love, man, real freaking love, real love. And it's true connection with wealth. I'm not talking about money either. Like true wealth. You know how much you're telling on yourself? You know how much you're showing that your mouth is just mouthing. You're not actually being it. You're not actually it. You know the kind of cred, I don't speak to your ego right now, the kind of status and cred you get when you have women like me around you? Carl Jung. We're talking about boss, and not boss because he had a lot of money and material things. If you just want to impress other men because you got women around you, weak women, you know what I mean? And men who know, you know what I mean? And when I say weak, I don't mean to be attacked like that. I mean, we all know. We all know. Like they used to talk about Biggie. Biggie Smalls had all these women, and his friend was like straight up, yeah, he had a bunch of women with low self-esteem. Scared of life, disconnected from her inherent power. We know. So if all the women in your circumference, if we can look and see that all the women in your circumference are women who they got to play small to be around you. You know what that makes you look like? Like your mouth is big, but the women in your life show us that you don't want that in a woman. You don't want a full woman in your space. You want women who are scared of themselves, scared of life, play small, lie. Know how to pretend well in your space, ask you questions and play like, oh, thank you so much. I'm the lower, smaller one. You know better than me. And I'm not saying there's not instances where you do know better than her or differently, But I really, what we could do, man, oh my God, this shit could be extraordinary. But all y'all want is a house. All y'all want is what? A house and a little sex and what? Y'all know what we can do? You know what I mean? All right. So this is what you're going to need if you are this woman. You're now sick and tired, exhausted, holding yourself back. And what I was talking about was when I was running for myself in 2018, all of 2018 and most of 2019. I knew I was running and hiding, and I would be like to to myself, I would be like some of y'all are, I'm sick and tired of holding back. I'm da 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 da, but you're not really ready to do anything. Who here can admit that they're not really ready to do anything? This is where you gotta start getting honest. So when you're not ready, because when you're on the outside looking in, so to speak, like on the outside of your power, considering a step you could take in the direction of your power, it can feel like it could feel like a pressurized door. Like, oh my God! Anybody feeling something like that? And so because you're oftentimes isolated and you haven't been talking to anybody, like when have you talked out of your mouth to anybody about this specific thing that we're talking about right now? No. But as soon as you do, it releases some of the pressure off of you because you're in your own head ruminating all the time, anxious, feeling pressurized, like your chest gonna collapse, like it's just so overwhelming, and then you sick, and then you can't sleep, and then you're restless, right? And so if I give you a solution, you're not going to do it because it just feels so, and I'm not saying you're not, but those of you who are not ready, and there's a part of you that, and I love to hear who of you want to hit bottom, but not your current bottom, because I know some of y'all may be like, I'm already at bottom. No, you're not. I'm talking about the kind of bottom where you can't go nowhere else and the only place to go is up. I'm talking about that kind of bottom. You see that? Some of y'all ain't hit bottom. You just in a low place, but you ain't hit bottom. Okay? So if that's you, then you just here to get a little tickle. You're just here to get a little tickle. Then there's those of you who it's time. Okay? That's a very different experience. Who here is like it's time? And typically when a woman gets to a place where it's like it's time, it's because she's already ended up in the hospital. She already got the cancer diagnosis. So she feels how limited her time is. Her mom died. Somebody close to her died. And she feels the fragility of life. Something drastic has happened. Where before she was just sort of hanging out and I'm tired of hiding, I'm tired of repressing myself, but she stayed there still. Woke up every day, I'm tired of this. Woke up again, I'm tired of this, but not doing nothing. That's very different than somebody who mama just died, just got a cancer diagnosis and has hit rock bottom. Do you see that difference right there? Let me know in the comments. I want to speak to this distinction because the solution right now is shadow gold, or coming into the woman, not getting shadow gold and just coming into the woman community. It's one or the other. When you get shadow gold, which is the foundational tool you need anyway, you get the woman community. Okay? If you're not ready financially for shadow gold, then the woman community. Who here is ready for community? If you know shadow gold is for you and you'd like to have a conversation with me about it, send me a DM. For those of you who are, it's a good fit. If you want to do the community only, it's $109 a month. $109 a month or like $12.25 a year. Again, the woman community is either $109 a month or like $12.25 for the year. So I'll put that to the side for now. DM me if you'd like to have a conversation about either or, the woman community or shadow gold. If you have questions about shadow gold, now is the time to ask them. Go to link in my bio, read details. You can sign up for shadow gold right now if you know you're ready. So here's what you need if you're at either the absolute rock bottom or you're not at rock bottom, but you're ready, because everybody's different. One, you're going to need a community, okay? You need to be ready and willing to do hard things. Emotionally hard things. That's where it's going to be hard, emotionally. What do I mean? Difficult decisions or decisions that feel difficult. Deal with difficult emotions, okay? Emotions that you don't like to feel. deal with aspects of yourself that are difficult to deal with, like shame, you're going to have to start doing the work of refining your nervous system. All this we do inside of community. You're going to need community. And you need to be ready to endure. What do I mean? I mean, stick with cultivating your power. Being prepared to start bringing out your gifts. Be willing to be held accountable. That's what we're doing inside of the community. We have a tracking sheet where we track our goals. We have so many things going on. And we're going to be bumping up activity. We're bumping up activity because I'm 10 timesing. Anyway, even right now, I'm in the middle of a 75-day challenge, if you will. Today is day 23, I think. And so you need to be ready to do hard things. You need to be ready to grow up. You need to be willing to really face yourself. This is what's happening inside of Shadow Gold, which is the foundational tool to help you start to access and refine your primal power, your divine feminine energy, unleash your voice, get consistent, be disciplined, really all the things in a feminine way. You need to learn the language of you as the feminine and not constantly looking at yourself through men's eyes and how men talk about women. So for those of you who are this is what you're going to need, okay? And a whole hell of a lot of patience and tenderness with yourself. Tenderness. Okay. So I see a question. Shadow Gold is one-time payment with women community included. Yes, you can do a one-time payment or you can split the payment up. Okay. Again, those details are on the page. This is what I'm going to do. I want to answer questions here. And I also want everybody here to be very clear about what Shadow Gold is. Okay. Shadow Gold is a 5-module. It includes 5 modules with deep exercises in there, very focused on refining the power that you're afraid of about yourself. Accessing the deeper primal aspects of yourself, where when you say, I want to access my divine feminine energy, and you want to do all these things that you say, be disciplined, write the book, all the things. This power, this creative primordial power that lives and streams through you, you are disconnected from it. It drags you around versus you sitting in the seat of it and wielding it to be steady with your book, steady with your content creation, self-respecting, confidence, the real kind though, not this TikTok shit that these women run around as. So there's a book recommendation in there. There's a YouTube playlist in there associated with Marie Louise von Franz, who was the greatest student of Carl Jung, who became a force in her own right. And the modules are very, very deep. And so what's going to happen is as you're going through the modules, the community is where you're going to come to be supported in it. Versus last year, Shadow Gold, you just got that by yourself and it was DIY. Now I've decided to include the community. Okay. So it's a very active community, very active. You're held accountable. We're having raw conversations in there. You're bringing things out of your mouth. The women are meeting in person. There's so much going on, a lot. And it's a rare space. It's incredible. And it's for real power, the real kind, okay? The kind that most women absolutely avoid. Most women are in isolation, so they don't have anywhere to develop themselves. And so again, the woman community by itself is $109 a month or $12.25 for the year. If you just want the community and you don't want to do Shadow Gold, if you want to do Shadow Gold, you get the community included. Okay. All right. Y'all take good care of yourselves. If you need to have a conversation with me, you can send a DM and then we can look and see if it's a better idea for us to get on the phone. It just really depends on what needs to be discussed. Okay. All right. Y'all take good care.